I would absolutely recommend Adam's coaching services. There are two main reasons why. The first of all, Adam meets me, and I'm sure his other athletes, where we're at. For example, like everyone, I've like a busy life. What I think like Adam and I relationship really thrives on is that like I trust him and he trusts me. Like he gives me the program, we discuss our goals, and then he leaves me at it, and he doesn't need me to like tell him how every session's gone. But he's absolutely there, and I message him all the time if I have a question. But I really like that he trusts me to do the training, and I think that's really nice. So I think if anyone was ever concerned about like, oh, I don't know if I have like the bandwidth to like engage a coach and it's going to be so much like effort, that wouldn't be concerned. But equally, if you really want that engagement, I know there are other people who Adam coaches. We have a group chat who I think like are far more engaged than I am. So like he meets you where you're at, and like I think that's really great. The second reason I would really recommend Adam is just that he is such a good guy to have in your corner. And I was really thinking about this last night. That's the best way I can describe him. You know, as I said, so much has happened in like both our lives since we first like started our coaching relationship together 6 years ago. And like it's not just down to running, and even though he's a remote coach, we don't live like close by anywhere. But like so many of my goals and success in my life has indirectly been because of Adam's presence in my life, and I really look up to him. I think he's someone who's very human and kind and very genuine. And what I mean by that is like any big moments in my life, like I remember like I was interviewing for a job, and I remember saying to Adam like, look, I'm really busy, I don't know if training, or I had a family bereavement last summer and just training went out the window. And to get back into that, it's a bit vulnerable to say, look, I actually haven't done any of this because of this like sad reason. And Adam was always so calm, says we'll figure it out, like, and we can really respond to like the ups and downs of like an athlete's life in around their training, and just really takes the pressure and the confusion away from it. He is incredibly knowledgeable. I honestly love our discussions because he just lives and breathes running and the philosophy of it and the science of it. There's never been a time I've asked a question and not come away fully understanding the answer, and so much more. And also one really like personal highlight for me in all of my racing is when Adam cheered me on at like the last like I think 3 kilometers of the Belfast Marathon, and like his enthusiasm for his athletes and their successes is so evident. My biggest result probably be my most recent marathon time, the Belfast Marathon last year, which I did in 3 hours and 21 minutes, which is like a Boston qualifying time for women. There's nearly a whole hour PB off my first marathon time of 4:18. But I think like more broadly, my biggest win would be my mindset change. I'm currently training for the London Marathon now, and like really in the peak weeks of training. And I think that discipline has also fed into other areas of my life. When it comes to work or relationships, to really put in the effort and to get the results you want in the pursuit of like a bigger goal or challenge. If you were ever considering investing in yourself, invest in your fitness, or think a loved one of yours should do that, there is no better guy than Adam. I went from 6 years ago, would have got genuinely out of breath running for the bus and wanted to lose weight, and 6 years on, I'm now going like to run for the London Marathon, like going for really big times and paces that like shock most people, and Adam is a huge part of that, and I can wholeheartedly recommend him.